Welcome to the sanctuary. I'm Kyle. I'm here to tell you, never be afraid to step into the pleasure den of the absurd. I'm going old school tonight. We're going to try and do this in one take, no pausing, no editing, no titles, no transitions. 2024 has been a lean year for brand new videos. If you notice, I'm just chopping up old ones and trying to stir up some interest for those that haven't stumbled on this channel. But in any case, I stumbled on a video. The channel was the Prague Corner, and he did this video, this guy, 15 bands that I hate. That was the name of it. And other channels have picked up on it, and I replied to this guy in a comment, and I said, wow, that's a pretty good topic of discussion there. And he's like, yeah, go ahead and do it. The idea is hot. And so I'll link to his video in the description of this one. And again, all these videos, I've seen a couple of them, and everyone stresses, and I want to stress too, that I don't hate these bands. They're just bands I might dislike overall. I may happen to like a few songs too, but it's just overall bands that don't really interest me enough to pursue their catalog in either vinyl or CD format or whatever. I may have something of theirs on video or DVD or something. And again, I have things here in the sanctuary that I don't necessarily like, but I know that if a guest comes over here to visit, they might like it. And I get good results that way, you know, and people enjoy it. And I like to entertain. I like to give people an enjoyable time when they come and visit. So this list is just, you know, it says more about me than these bands or fans that enjoy them. I mean, you know, so don't hate me for it, but I'm doing 10 bands. Some of them came quite easy to me. A couple of them, you know, yeah, definitely. And then some using that criteria of, well, I've heard a few and, you know, whatever. I could take them or leave them. So I came up with this list. And here we go. Again, don't hate me. But number 10, Nirvana. I never understood the hype. I mean, I just never did. And there's a couple of songs of theirs that I do like. But overall, I don't really see what the fuss is about. I really don't. Number 9, Pearl Jam. I liked Even Flow when it came out. That's the only song of theirs that I really enjoy. To me, they just, you know, went downhill in my eyes and ears and are just mediocre. And one time at work, we had a satellite, you know, cable dish, whatever, so we could get the news channels. And somebody had put on MSG, and they were playing a live concert, live simulcast of Pearl Jam at Madison Square Garden, and it was boring. I'm not a fan of Eddie Vedder. I think these guys are just mediocre. Next up, number 8, R.E.M. Their first track, Radio Free Europe, I really enjoy. That's a great song, a really great song. And it's really the only one of theirs that I enjoy. You know, Man on the Moon and Losing My Religion, whatever. It's not for me. Next up, number 7, Tom Petty. You know, there's a few songs of his that I really enjoyed. You know, I like the Stop Dragging My Heart Around. That was cool. And I like The Waiting. And there was a few others, but like, as he got older, man, I just found him to get more mediocre and boring. You know, Free Falling. Oh, God, I can't stand it. I can't stand it. Number 6, Rush. There's a couple of songs of theirs that I really do enjoy. But other than that, I mean, I just never got into them enough to want to pursue them more. I mean, I did see them live on their Presto tour, and I enjoyed it. I mean, I will say this though about Rush. I was very, very happy that they got their due when they were still active and all alive, and that was really good because they deserved it. I mean, I just not interested in hearing, what they got to offer. I could take them or leave them. Number 5, here's another band, Queen. Some of their songs I really do enjoy. I think they're great. Crazy Little Thing Called Love, You're My Best Friend, Now I'm Here. But overall, those over-processed vocals just turn me off. Freddie Mercury's a little too flamboyant, and just overall, whatever, Next up, number 4, Ween. I heard their country album and I enjoyed it. But overall, that level of quirkiness or whatever, I don't know. I just, it was, I guess, maybe after my time. I don't know how to describe it. It's just, whatever. Some of the stuff is okay. I mean, can't discount them. I don't discount them, whatever. I know they bring a lot of joy to other people and stuff, but I don't know. I take them or leave them, Next up, number 3, the Foo Fighters. Dave Grohl somehow turned into the ambassador of rock and roll, and I don't know. I just maybe there might have been a song or two of theirs that I kind of liked, but overall, I don't know. I just don't. My musical pursuits led me elsewhere. Number 2, another goofy kind of band, Primus. I don't really dig Les Claypool's voice. The guitar player never really did it for me. And I just, whatever, it didn't make me want to pursue what they had to offer, and I can understand a lot of people enjoy them, whatever, but it's just, I don't know, it's not for me. It's not for me. And number 1, not rock and roll, and they kind of stand out on this list, but I gotta say it because it came to my mind right away. The Residents. I just never really got into the Residents. There is one album that I do remember hearing in totality that I really enjoyed, and it was kind of like an ambient album the way I remember what I remember about it, and that was, I think the album was called Eskimo. But, Duckstab, Constantinople, and Sinister Exaggerator. Yeah, okay, it was a couple of things here and there. But overall, what really did it for me, man, was when they started doing those operatic type stuff, the theatrical stuff, and like when they did all those Elvis songs and shit like that, man. It is not for me. I can't stand it. I dare I say, I'm not going to say I hate it, but I deeply dislike it. And some of their stuff, I just don't know how people could listen to it. But then again, hey, I am very well aware that there's music that I like that it would drive them crazy. They hate it. They'd say the same thing about the stuff that I listen to, and I understand that, and that's fine because I know it's not for everybody, but there's just certain musics that hit people and touch people and make people gravitate towards it, and there's music that makes people step away from it, and again, it depends on your mood, the circumstance, whatever, when you're listening to it and how you're listening to it and whatever. And some things jump out at you. Some things take time to grow on you. And, some things you just grow out of. And it is what it is. And so I'll just quick run down my list from number 1 to number 10. The Residents, Primus, Foo Fighters, Ween, Queen, Rush, Tom Petty, R.E.M., Pearl Jam, and Nirvana. Those are 10 bands that I just even dislike. Is, well, yeah, I dislike them. It's just whatever. I could take them or leave them. It's not really my cup of tea. But I hope you enjoyed this video. I'll link to the Prog channel, and never be afraid. Step into Pleasure Den of the Absurd. New videos are coming. Keep watching, and we'll see you again.